Oh, Mason. I got a text from last week. Because I sent them a get well card in there, and he said, oh, thank you, got one. And we're at 80%.
You're missing. Are you getting ready?
80% better.
I am missing.
And he injured his knee again.
I'm just gonna switch chairs like the one you came in.
What's wrong with this chair?
All right, I'd like to call this meeting to order. Start out with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Start out with roll call with you, Robin.
Robin Whitmore here.
Kevin Sayre here. Ross Gregerson present. Andy McGinnis here. Cheryl Hare here.
Barrett Nelson here.
Hopefully you all got a chance to look at your packets. We're gonna, the first item on our list is our disbursement listing. Were there any questions, concerns, or comment on our disbursement listing?
I didn't have any.
I'd entertain a motion to accept our disbursement listing as shown in our packet.
I make a motion to accept the disbursement listing as listed in item number 1.
Do I have a second?
Give me 1 sec. Okay. I've looked this over previously, but I'm gonna just probably begin one more time. I like to double check the big numbers in here.
He's a fine tooth comb guy, which is good.
We pay a lot of money for electricity, don't we?
Better than pumps, buddy.
We're all better all
Try going to California.
Oh. I try to avoid California.
Yeah, you should.
We put solar on there. We'll get it
You good, Mr. Sayre?
Yeah, I'll second that motion.
I have a motion and a second. Let's vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
6 ayes, 0 nays. Second item, financial statements. Any questions, concerns, comments on this one?
This gives a percentage of the year, the fiscal year that's expired. If you're wondering about certain percentages of different categories, I have those if you want to know.
Awesome. Thank you.
There's just one in each clip.
plug it in.
Thank you for keeping it down out there. All right, anybody have anything?
You looking for a motion?
I think Mr. Sayers still rowing.
It's making me nervous.
There's always one.
I own it. Not me. I am on both sides. I'm innocent. Hey.
What's that?
This is that, right?
So far, so good.
All right. Everybody's had an opportunity to look that over. Do not have any comments. I would entertain a motion to accept our financial statements as they are in item number 2.
Okay. I'll make a motion to accept the financial statements, item 2, set July 1 to February 28th.
July 1, February 28th, 22. Do I have a second?
Second that motion.
Have a motion and a second.
I,
Have a vote.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0. Next item, minutes for January 6th, 2022. Any additions or deletions or corrections that anybody needs to make to those minutes? If they'll need to be made.
I wasn't in the meeting, so I should abstain, yeah.
That's fine, absolutely. There are no additions, corrections. I'd entertain a motion to accept.
I make a motion that we accept the minutes of the meeting for January 2022.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Been moved and seconded to accept the minutes for January 2022. Can we have a vote?
Aye.
Abstain.
Vote yes.
Sorry.
5, 1 abstention. Next item. January 27th minutes, 2022. Any corrections, deletions, additions? to Those minutes.
No.
You all right, Mr. Sayer?
One more minute.
Okay. Not rushing you, just checking.
I'm feeling the pressure. Don't get that guy.
We should put a 2-minute timer, just kidding.
Exactly. I would go for a minute. I'll read quicker.
Okay. Gonna pull that, sorry.
Occasionally I have to read the same sentence twice. Okay, I'm good with it.
All right. There are no additions, deletions, corrections to the minutes. January 27th, 2022, I'd entertain a motion to accept them as.
Make a motion to accept the minutes for January 27th, 2022.
I'll second that motion.
Been moved and seconded.
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain, I wasn't there.
Aye.
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 6 ayes, 1 abstention. Next item number 5. We're going to table item number 5. There's some more research that needs to be done in that item that we weren't able to complete before the meetings. Item number 6. This is probably just going to be discussion for now. Rod was supposed to update us a little more on this. Basically, what it is the engineering for our Cedar Point pipeline for the USDA. We have to have those approved by the board so the USDA can accept them accordingly. So because we don't have them in our packet, we cannot approve them, and Rod's not here to direct that discussion a little better, so.
Is it done?
As far as
we know, it's done.
As far as I know, it's done.
Cool.
Is that your understanding as well?
Yes, and it might be that we'll have to hold a special meeting and approve those ASAP. Phase 1's completion is on the horizon. Then instead of going to phase 2, it's been renamed the Cedar Point pipeline, so we don't get confused with the two. So I think the environmental impact study is done. I think all of the general idea of where it's going is complete. Isn't that your understanding, Dale? And so we're just finishing up the drawings. The board will approve both the USDA and the Cedar Point project should be underway. I think USDA, as I understand, it's on board with this.
That's the way I understand it also.
Okay.
I have a couple quick questions. So do we know what it is that's holding us up at this point, or how quickly we can come back to the table to approve this?
I think it's just a matter of, double checking. There was a couple items that Rod had to finish up, so within next week probably.
So we
can have us.
Have another meeting.
All right,
So we want to table this?
we will table it until next meeting or until we call a special meeting.
Do we need to make a motion on that?
Absolutely.
I would like to make a motion to table the action on the approval of the engineering for Cedar Point pipeline for USDA until we have all the documentation in order.
I second.
I,
You have a vote?
I,
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Right.
6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passes. We're gonna table number 7. We were unable to get back all of our bids for this fencing project, so we'll table that until our next meeting.
Andy,
Yes, sir.
could I say, she finally got back a hold of me. She's gonna try to get that to me. She told me she'd try to get it to me before 6, but I didn't make it. But I finally got in contact and I've actually talked to her, so.
All right, well, maybe that's something we can talk about in our other meeting.
I have a question. Are we going with like chain link on that now?
Yes. Razor wire, 6
Wires.
foot,
Because of the.
12 foot gates. Yeah. Same thing we did at 59, just smaller.
Any more discussion on that item? Okay. We'll table that item until next meeting.
vote.
Motion, do we have a motion?
I make a motion that we table
Thank
item,
you.
item 7. Discussion of possible action for the bids for the Cana Springs exclusion fencing until we have more information.
I'll second that.
We've been seconded, may I have a vote?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0. Yes, ma'am.
Since we're going back and tabling, we should probably go back and table the first one
Yeah.
that we tabled,
Number 5.
thank you. Just to put it in there.
Thank you for pointing that out. Fiona.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I get a motion for tabling of the discussion possible action on purchasing policy in emergency situations?
I'll make a motion that we table item number 5 as presented by the chair.
Second. Moved and seconded. Vote?
Aye.
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 Who seconded that one?
I second.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right, discussion and possible action on AV1 soft start system. I'll turn this over to Dale to kind of give us an idea of conversations he's had with Southwest and availability, I guess, more than anything.
The availability is,
That doesn't sound good.
what's that?
That don't sound good.
What the availability is.
Yeah.
That as soon as we let them know that we're ready to do that, we can have it here within 10 days. And we'll be up and running in 10 to 11 days for that automation. So you folks bless me with the money and we will get it put in.
Just for the record, could you just give us a couple of brief paragraphs, what that actually does?
What it's gonna do, it's gonna give us the automatic, is gonna give me a readout of my drawdown of my well. And that is gonna enable the 2 wells to actually talk to the tank. So the way that it works right now is the mothership, so to speak, that's gone out, that speaks to the telemetry that's in the second well building. And that sends that signal up to the tank. So what that'll enable to do, instead of just, it'll depend on if I have them both ready to go, but if there's a fire, both of those pumps are gonna turn on as soon as as soon as that tank drops by about 3%, that's gonna come on. And what the soft start is gonna do is just that, it's gonna soft start that, and it's gonna enable us to only use the power that the pump is actually needing instead of just
Hammer.
yep, straight up coming on. So it's gonna save us on our power bills. It's gonna save us on our on our wear and tear on our pumps. Most importantly, it's gonna get us back and automated so that the pumps can come on and turn off when they're supposed to, when the tank is dropped.
Major safety,
Yeah,
major safety.
just for, so just to remind everybody, is there's certain parts of this system that are pumps on situations for fire flow. So it's really imperative that that automation is there. So if Junior starts pulling on that tank, that those pumps instantly come on, so that he keeps that 440 in storage, but is able to actually start pulling from almost 600 gallons a minute that the two wells will actually produce, which will give him his pressure and his flow in some areas, in some retros, in some respects. I don't want to speak for Junior, but for the most part, it takes care of those problems.
Dale, so this is on AV1, the soft starts,
Yes.
okay, and that's the big one?
Yep.
Okay. I guess my question on this, and I think we talked about this a little, if there's a chance for us to get the solar system, then it's a whole totally different controller, right? That will run the pump, the solar pump that would go in the well. And so I don't know our percentage of Rod getting, he was gonna try to slide this in on something we're working on.
That's a bad word.
Oh, okay.
With the solar that we're actively pursuing now is for well 59, am I correct?
In
Yes.
Cedar
For
Point.
59?
Yeah, we are
In Cedar
not,
Point, yeah.
yeah, we're not,
We won't be engaged.
we're not complicating well number one with that, so I can get my automation. Let's put it that way. As far as, because as far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong, Andy, we're trying to pay for that in-house, not with a grant.
The soft start,
Yes.
correct.
Yeah. So, my objective is to get that soft start put in. You're more of a solar guy and so are you. But my understanding of just working with generators and bringing stuff online, is that really gonna change what that pump can do and the mechanics of the pump and the automation that we're being put in? Is solar gonna give us a different feed into there? What I'm asking is that if are we gonna have to retro something after the fact? Well, retro. Are we gonna have to do that after the fact if we put this soft start in now? Are we gonna have to do something
Change it if. we
for
put
that solar equipment wise or wiring wise?
Total change, different pump, different controller, everything. That's why I'm saying if that's something we're contemplating, then this would not work for the solar. A whole different controller.
As far as I know, we don't have the money to do a new pump, to do all of that.
Well, I mean, that's the only reason I brought it up is that one time I thought we were talking about solar on that well, not 59.
I've been talking about it for 20 years.
Yeah.
Well, the main issue here is getting too many balls in the air at the same time. We're trying to finish off the remainder of phase one and Canaan, initiate the grant and the project for the Canaan pipeline. And we're trying to get solar for well 59
And a treatment plant.
as we bring it online along with the treatment
Treatment
plant. See, we're trying to get some money for the treatment plant going in the reverse osmosis. So we've got 4 or 5 projects here that are involving USDA and drinking water. We didn't feel in our conversations it was prudent to throw something else in there other than just buy a soft start and live with it until everything else settles out.
And we could go after the grants for the other.
Yeah,
conversion.
So this is, all we're doing is just replacing a bad soft start.
Yeah, exactly. And upgrading it to what we have in our wells over in Cedar Point. The same thing that we have in.
Okay, are you talking about the transducer in the well to give you all your readings then?
Yep, the whole shebang, everything that so they're gonna have to pull that, feed that back down. Lloyd and I have already talked about that. We will get the same thing that we've got in well 59 and what we've got in the Cook well.
Do we need to pull it? Does he think we need to pull it?
He said, you're gonna be more versed in that there was a creative way of getting it down in there. And that we could try that first, but we ought to plan on for the cost of pulling, is what Lloyd told me.
Well, Norm, what you can do is maybe run a small conduit down there, downside the pump, and then run the transducer down there so it doesn't get damaged. That's what he's probably thinking.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I like that creative thinking. Ron.
yeah. Well, it's a lot cheaper than.
Yeah, it's a lot
Well,
cheaper
even
than
better.
pulling the pump. Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, it's a lot cheaper than pulling the pump.
All right.
Well, what is the discussion here then, as far as trying to do something solar and get, well, AV1 wrapped up in the rest of this, Dale, do you think it's wise to go for?
Rod would have to comment on how that money is supposed to transfer completely to a different system, because we are 3 different systems.
Right,
So I just don't know how that's gonna complicate things. And then my other concern is how far out until I actually get that soft start with the fire season coming out. You know, is this not gonna happen for 5-6 months, where if we have the money in-house, we're 10 days, 2 weeks away from having that automation? So that's my question to you folks is that I just don't want to skew lines, get this wrapped up in that, and then cross our fingers that we're gonna get some money for that, and then we don't because we added solar or something and they don't see the importance of it. So
I think it makes most sense for us to get this off start and worry about trying to get the solar next. That's
I
my.
agree with that.
I agree.
Yeah, fire season's coming on fast. Do we have,
Are you cool with that, Ross?
Yeah, I mean, because there's also another wrinkle on the solar for AV1 is I don't think we have enough property to do the solar array
The solar farm.
physically. Okay.
Yeah, we've only got, the only thing we have there is our fenced in area.
the cage, that's it?
That is it.
Yeah,
Who owns
so,
that property?
What's that?
Who owns that property?
Bank owns it now.
I've already talked to a realtor about that and I don't, at this point, foresee any issues with expanding our footprint enough to put solar in there, so. It's not anything that's in ink yet, but the general concept has been discussed, so I don't think there's going to be a problem with that, but that,
We should move forward on that and get approval anyway for future.
what we do to approve that is buy it,
Oh, I'm looking for a donation.
but I agree, you know, I mean, with not knowing some of this stuff.
There's a
and all that,
menagerie of things that.
Yeah, we know the summer's coming. We don't know the timeline on this other stuff. So
No.
I would say, yeah, get the soft start, get the transducer in the well, and get the system operating so we're safe and got our fire
Do we
protection.
have some idea what that, what the cost is?
On what?
Around 10?
Yeah, just under like $100, under $10,000.
And that soft start could be, it's a bigger pump in that well. It could be reprogrammed to the smaller pump in AV2
Later on.
as a backup or, you know, so if we went solar in AV1, then that
So just transfer
It's
down.
not-
control could be
Yeah.
reprogrammed for a smaller pump.
It won't go unused.
I like your positive way.
Yes, me too. Good job, Ross.
All right, any more questions, discussion on that item?
Nope.
Making a motion to.
I will make a motion that we approve the repairs for the soft start system on the AV1 well for the Apple Valley.
I second.
Moved and seconded.
Aye.
Good vote.
Aye.
Aye.
uh,
6-0. motion
Heater
passes.
orders.
Item number 9, discussion possible actions on setting aside funds for a truck with a utility bed for the water superintendent.
I
Um,
got an F-450 over there that needs a new transmission. I'll give it to you. It has a utility bed on it.
So. We are on our last leg on our current vehicle. We've had it looked at by a competent mechanic, and he says that we need to start looking for another option. I've discussed with Dale a little bit of what he wants. I didn't double check this stuff with him, but basically I set in your packets just some ideas of 250, four-wheel drive with a utility bed, kind of the current pricing. My thought was is we could start setting aside some funds for this now. So in the event we have issues in the future, or when we have issues in the future, we can be ready to purchase another vehicle. Ross, I know you're kind of a connection guy with vehicles, I heard, so maybe that's something that you can
Yeah,
talk to.
I know that one option in Vegas is pretty good, the TNT. It's all government vehicles. Most of them, they got 20, 30,000 miles. My shop, my old shop went down there and they couldn't pull the trigger. They had the diesel with 30,000 miles and pipe racks and everything. And they went for $7,500 and they didn't pull the trigger. I couldn't believe it, so.
You want to look at what I printed out?
We could check a couple of those sources,
Diesel, gas.
and,
Oh, that's exactly what.
and see what's coming up, but it's in McCarran, Clark County School District and all the government entities in Vegas, they do it twice a year. I think it's coming up in April. And we could even go down and preview them too, Harold. They won't let you drive around, but you can start them and if long as you buy dinner.
That's the deal. Let me get my credit card out. All right.
I mean, just.
Is there a time frame here, Andy? Like this year you're hoping, or just?
Well, I think the mechanic said within a year that thing's gonna be back.
Is it
So they have
engine
to-
stuff or?
Yeah, it's leaking like a stuffed pig from everything,
Well,
fuel.
That particular truck, that motor that's in there is the number one Ford worst engine ever built
Yeah, thanks.
in the creation of Ford Motor Company, just to say.
Yeah,
But we found that out after the fact, that is the problem with that vehicle to begin with. But, so let me ask a couple questions here. So then, are we thinking if they go down in April and find such a deal, do we have funds sufficient to do that?
I would have to talk to the accountant to find out.
Okay, especially if it was that kind of smoke and deal.
As the
I would say-
treasurer, I would say yes.
Oh, well, there you go. Thank you, Robin.
Thanks, Robin.
Mine is overruled.
So then okay, well. Go ahead. Does anybody else have anything? Sorry, Andy, I'll shut up. It's all good. I'm liking it all.
Barry, you got anything? Okay. Any further discussion? All right. Entertain a motion to look into setting aside funds for this utility, for this truck.
I will make a motion that we set aside the funds for a new truck, a new truck for the SSD department. With all the needed goodies that need to go in it, and that Ross and Harold have offered to go down for just a simple Taco Bell dinner. That, since it's my credit card. And see what comes up in April, and we'll get confirmation on whatever funding that might be. And we could have a new used truck here by April, if it's God's will.
All right. Sounds like a decent motion. Any
I
second?
think I second that.
Are you sure? All right, been moved and seconded. Can I have a vote?
I,
Aye. I think I had a little bit too much information in that motion.
It's 6-0. Motion passes. All right. Item number 10, discussion possible action, big claims, protest submission, and upcoming public hearing involving Hurricane municipal water rights in our area. Again, I was hoping to have Rod to talk about this, but basically where we're at, Hurricane municipality submitted a change request within our district boundaries, down by our cinder knoll as you're headed towards Hurricane. We got wind of it and sent in a protest basically saying, hey, you're within our boundaries, we want to talk. Unfortunately, they weren't gracious enough to come to us and let us know that they were doing such a thing. So this is our opportunity to sit down and talk with them and find out what their plans are and what kind of negotiations we can have. That protest was submitted and the state has set up a public hearing meeting for the 30th of this month. And it's gonna be by Zoom, correct?
It'll be the water board in Salt Lake zoomed down here.
So that'll be our opportunity.
Do we
to
know
find
what
out-
time?
I don't.
Okay.
Do you know the time?
No, I don't.
So do we need our attorney involved in this?
I think that would be wise of us, yes. Yep.
Is that gonna be here?
I believe so. We're just talking about, I believe you said it's here.
We would be here, so, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Okay.
So that's the information there, and our discussion. I don't know that we have to have action on that one. We already have dates and stuff, do we?
Yeah, we do. And it's already scheduled, so.
Yeah, it's, we
I-
don't have any choice on it. We're just the
No.
chance, so.
All right.
That's on Wednesday.
Correct.
Wednesday, 30th.
Do we make an emotion that we accept the upcoming public hearing with the, for the Hurricane Municipal?
Or I guess we do. Might as well. Let's do it.
I'm not quite sure how to spit that one out.
Yeah.
I make a motion that we accept possible action on the Biggest Plains SSD process for submission on the upcoming public hearing involving Hurricane municipal water rights in our area on the 30th of this month at time and date to be announced.
I second it. Very good.
That was good? Okay, I vote.
Aye.
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 Motion carries 6-0. Last item, discussion and possible action on Kevin Sayers, a temporary authorized signer for Big Plains SSD as the mayor pro tem.
Have we run the background check?
It's being delayed right now for some reason.
It probably came up, he doesn't exist, we don't know who you're talking about.
Kevin Gordon.
Yeah, Kevin who?
I make a motion, or are we discussing?
Absolutely, unless
Okay.
somebody has discussion.
Yeah, I don't hear any
How
discussion.
many, is it 2 people on there? Is that-
Yeah, it'll be myself and Kevin for now.
So I make a motion that we take action to put Kevin Sayer as temporary authorized signer for Big Plains SSD as mayor pro tem.
Do I have a second?
Okay, oh, can I, one other question, was there anything as far as the state where they were wanting doing paperwork and stuff?
For this hearing,
For signatures?
Yeah, on this, it wasn't anything on the signature, right?
Only USDA and we sent the paperwork up.
So we're good there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then I would second. that.
So that's straightened up now
Correct.
for this time, okay.
I would second that.
All right, we have moved in second.
Aye.
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 Motion carries. Do we have a request for closed session?
No.
No? Okay. I would entertain a motion to adjourn our water meeting.
I move that we adjourn our water meeting until next time.
Do I have a second?
Second?
Aye.
Seconded?
Aye.
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 All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, guys.
All right, let's take a 2-minute break.
Oh, yeah, we're live.
Got his. Right here.
be, there'll be a link there, it says
Does anybody know like how much water is in that area?
Just to let everybody know, we're still recording because we're going right back into the next meeting. Public to this side.
That's crazy. So this, it's open to the public to hear, right?
No any more than that, they said it's a zooming in here and then it'll be in the States.
Right, so
This is Boston American.
This is a different thing.
All right, well, hopefully it's over. Just keep it running. Yeah, no, never. So I want in on that.
There's still two separate applications. One for April 19th, and then there's
Yes.
two separate. The one that's coming up April 19th, that's one for. They're okay with
Really? Just like that? And had you kept waiting?
You have to.
Application. Did you call? Yeah, or is it local, hurricane?
Applied for air, has applied to for wells.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
we need you. We need
Until this, they became final on where it was actually gonna be after.
That doesn't even sound weak, but.
Maybe I heard you could go outside and go. It's the same purpose.
One other thing, where the Apple Valley sign is. Oh, right, so they just dropped it down. Okay, that's a good idea. Just for curiosity. Come in here and see it.
We're up for a while.
Thank you. Don't ever say that.
before we start.
Yeah, but once in a and I got a kid with orange hair. You're when you come to work, everything's gonna go so yeah, that's why they come in on Fridays when no one's here, and then everyone else comes in on Fridays, so they want to.
I just thought you were in that new neighborhood up there.
All right, ready, yes.
The one across the forest. He's got you confused with other Travis. Travis, well.
Right. Yeah, you store up.
Okay, all that's same.
You're right, right?
Yeah.
Go on to the next one. Here we go.
Oh, I could have picked up on the Travis. part.
There's a lot of Travis.
So you have privilege, you have.
Wouldn't have been first time.
I hear you.
You're in trouble now.
Okay.
Again.
Right.
It won't be the first time.
Do we have an ordinance against anything?
Whoever gets to it first is first.
Or that we would send out a notice to everyone to make sure that they know they're. Doesn't matter. Normally for the fact 4 times now. And this last time is violent.
I'll take care of it. Yeah, you can just get contact and nuisance complaint on our website, and then it'll be there, and I can document it. And then I'll take care of
About
getting
the
the right
person.
person. I just need to know what address.
Yeah, see, I don't want to do that.
You can also submit what you're requesting, and then I can take care of it.
Yeah, if you just put out a notice.
On our website,
Oh, I
there's a
need to-
contact us,
I need to
it'll come
know
straight to
yeah,
my email,
Okay,
and then I'll go from there and I can contact you, we can chat.
Because Lee comes around and there wasn't a. Let's run for last time and rarely did we know. I don't think there was any.
This isn't a time for this right now, so I'm trying to direct her to the staff.
But he came around, you go up and you're always supposed to pass through Lee and talk to him. And, so the dogs came racing down the road.
No, I know.
Yeah, and Mike came.
Oh, no, I don't have
Just
it.
call Lee, because Lee's got enormous.
So I don't know. I'm like,
Just call the office.
He said, well, make sure they know all the oil changes. And he's like, he's just, he's got burnt out schedule. So he says, you know, you gotta wanna go. And he would, you know, there was something here, something there. Yeah. I try to keep him actively engaged. Yeah, he says, well, honey, I said, well, are you active? Oh, no, yeah. I said, "Yeah."
Okay, let's get going.
Yeah, I agree. Shows the corruption.
Okay. Order in the court. Call to order. Let's go. Pledge allegiance.
Who wants to lead us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Any declarations of conflicts of interest?
No.
No.
Nope.
That would be 4 days. Roll call is a good idea.
Andy McGinnis here.
Kevin Sarah here.
Robin Whitmore here.
Barrett Nelson here.
Okay. First thing here. Disbursement listings from 01/01/2022 to 2/28/2022.
Oh.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey. Yeah,
Right.
we'll say that.
Does that catch him up?
and over to Taco Canyon.
Right here.
Yeah.
Is Gillian Walker, are they
And then we're going, yeah. Nice.
I believe.
Who's the auditors?
Gillian Walker Beckstrom?
Yeah, where to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you guys have paid for, a lot of.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, so, a lot of these big ones are, we have and March is gonna be.
There's some more for
Oh, this one. And this one.
After the last time you were down there. Watch it there. Put a rubber one.
Why are we giving money to the Internal Revenue Service?
Amen.
Right?
That didn't even pass. That did not even pass Congress. Unconstitutional.
You're going on record as saying so.
Sure, I will.
Does anybody have any questions? Because there are some big numbers on here.
Well, I just asked
So
Robin about
if
some of
you have questions, a lot of the things that are big are us catching up, paying things that haven't been paid for a year and a half. And stuff.
Say that one more time, a little louder.
There are bills that weren't paid for a year and a half and have accumulated over time. And so there are some big payments on here that were neglected.
With interest.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yes.
A little detail.
A little detail.
Yeah.
Would you like to know some of the numbers up here?
Yes.
Yes.
Are they online? Let me ask that.
That's a good question.
I don't think they're online,
but you can.
Yeah.
They are online.
Yeah, it's in the packet.
Okay.
It's online, yes.
Do we have a donation?
Right. We're taking donations.
And a tip jar.
I will just reiterate a couple here. $51,744 to Lance Gifford, who hadn't been paid in a year.
Who?
Lance Gifford, the building inspector.
Wow.
Yeah. And those funds are collected through the building department.
I think we need to have a detective, an embezzlement detective.
We do, right here.
Fraud and embezzlement detective.
That's what Robin's for.
So this is if the check was void. So this is voided. So, yeah, so,
And there are more of those to come.
yeah, so here was May. So
On that
I
one?
did, yeah.
On that particular one.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, there's aren't that way.
Mhm. So some of these, like.
Yeah,
still
yeah, let's
have
get going
checks,
here.
Like this check we still have in our possession. And then it was last September.
Wow.
So
Oh,
we
so we
voided
voided
it
it
and
and
then we
then
did another, yeah, we fixed.
caught it up
the-
someplace in there.
Can I get a motion?
Is it proper for the treasurer to make a motion on the disbursement list?
You bet.
Okay, I make a motion that we approve the disbursement listing from January 1st, 2022 to February 28th, 2022.
Have a second? A second. Vote beginning with Andy. Aye. Aye.
Aye.
That's 4 yeas. Financial statements from 07/01/21 to 02/28/22.
This is the current fiscal year. We have completed 2/3 of the fiscal year. If you want percentages of each category that we've used, I have a report.
If you'd like to look.
There you go, that-
Yeah, so the percentages are over here, of what we use, like under tax, this is revenue, how much we've taken in of expected revenue.
While you guys are studying that, let me just make a quick comment. My hat goes out to Connie McGinnis for coming in and volunteering to do all of our accounting for us. She's been working like a trooper for the last 11 weeks.
Amen.
Amen. And I will tell you, I wasn't really involved in a lot of this at the beginning, but I was hearing tidbits, but since taking over the mayor pro temp, I'm up to SHIT up to here in it at this point going forward. And I can tell you that, does it look like shit? Does it smell like shit? Does it taste like shit? Then it's shit, because that's what it was. Just saying. But bless her heart, she's gone in there, and Robin and everybody that's been involved in this have just worked complete miracles in there, let me tell you. And they deserve a round of applause.
And I will just add that Tanya McGinnis has incredible integrity.
Yeah.
I've never seen someone who wanted to get every penny exactly how it should be. We've got to pay these people back. They overpaid too much. I've never seen such integrity in a person as Tanya. I mean, when somebody, if I didn't know quite how to figure it out and it was 1 penny, I might say, well, maybe, and she's like, no, we have to do it exactly right. And we have to get it just right. And she's amazing.
So let me validate something with that too, because I know there's been a lot of slander in the past. But I will tell you that that lady knows her stuff. And for her to come back after all that she's been through and work for this community on a volunteer basis blows my mind.
Yeah, it's amazing.
She's amazing.
Thank you guys for that.
Thank her for us.
You bet. We're lucky to have her.
Yeah, she's amazing.
So we couldn't have done this without her.
I did you. Yeah, to me, it's more useful, so.
Yeah.
So I'll do
When the
that next
report's
time.
done.
Would you guys want to look at this? This format, it just
It's the
shows the
same.
percentages used or taken in.
I haven't seen this one.
It's the same, it's just got a couple extra columns in it on the outside there.
Oh,
Just showing
okay, over here.
percentages.
Yeah, it shows the percentages.
How much is
Yeah, I like that one a lot better.
That helps you get it
I'd
fast.
like to copy of that.
Sure.
Back in the meeting, if you
Okay,
don't
sure.
mind.
Right, does anybody have any questions on this?
No,
None here. Can we get a motion?
I make a motion that we accept the financial report from 7/1/2021 to 02/28/2022.
I second.
Awesome. Oh. Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
That's 4 yay. Okay, let's jump into approval of minutes. Oh, this one's hard.
Yeah.
I would not accept this at all.
Yeah, there's nothing here.
There's nothing here.
Yeah, there's nothing to approve on this one.
I'm gonna kick you.
I move we accept the minutes for March 2nd, 2022.
I second.
Vote.
Aye.
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 Who seconded?
4
I
yeas.
second. Thank you.
Okay, let's jump into discussion and possible action on resolution to open one or more business credit card accounts. If you guys want to read through that real quick, you'll have a good idea of what it's for.
Previously, we used a debit card and that doesn't separate, you know, who's purchasing,
Right,
and it's
right.
all together. And so this gives more clarity about who's using what. You can put limits on them and it's a little bit more clear.
I like that. And then that's
Makes
the
it
whole
easier
reason, yeah.
Accounting wise.
Accounting
Yeah,
wise
it's
and
easier
tracking, and
accounting-wise and
if I only put
tracking.
$3 in there, then you're only gonna get a taco at Taco Bell, that's it.
So we currently don't have a credit card.
Correct.
Correct.
Okay.
We have a debit
Or
card.
it was debit,
So we're changing it.
Mhm.
so that it will itemize everything better.
Correct.
And it adds a lot of accountability to the card holder.
Yeah.
So just a notification limit of $1, so anything over $1, you get notified. Then we can call Kevin.
We just sent a sheriff.
That's
We're
right.
done.
Yes.
Yep. If it's me, please come bail me out, somebody.
Scrutinize it though for a while.
I guess we could just say real quick too, that these cards are for the mayor pro temp moving forward, Robin Whitmore, the treasurer, and for Chief David Zoll for the fire department, because it's been completely closed out. So he's got to have some
There's
operating.
another issue on that. There's
Okay.
another item.
Well, we'll work through it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Are we ready for a motion?
I believe so.
Okay.
So with that, though,
Maybe not.
with that, other item,
Which is,
which is
Card number 7.
item number 7, why
yeah,
would Zoe need to be on this one?
so that one will not have a credit card account with it?
Oh, it will be, wait. Oh, yeah, I guess, okay, there was a credit card account, okay,
This is a credit card.
credit card only.
This
one is-
That is,
That's a good question though, actually,
I guess it depends on,
because
Who
if
pays
he only
the-
had,
He should only have it on number 7.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, so,
which would be, really, you could just use a debit on that if you.
that one
said no
could be
to
a
the
debit.
card.
That
yeah,
one
because
could be a
it's just
debit,
for the fire,
Right.
so we can track everything they're doing.
Right.
Okay,
because
good
that's
point, Barrett.
because that's-
Dang,
managing itself,
Right,
good
because
job.
it's its
Yeah.
own account.
yeah,
Right.
right, good. What page are you on there? So,
Oh,
item
I
7.
was just talking about item number 7, but we're on item number
Oh,
4.
got it.
We're on item number 4,
Got it, okay.
where
I don't have
it
to
says the,
I don't have to make a note or anything.
well, we probably will on this,
It's on
though,
the other one.
on item number 4.
Should we,
Yeah.
The other one, no.
Just
remove him.
we
Yeah,
just
we'll
make
just
it,
remove
just
it.
We
make
just
it
need
in
to
the
s-
motion that we're
That we will be
removing
Pulling him off of
the
there.
chief.
Is everybody good with this?
I'm good.
Yeah.
With the,
Yeah.
okay. I make a motion that we accept resolution R-2022-12 with the correction of removing David Zoll Jr., Fire Chief, as one of the card holders.
A second.
Aye.
Aye,
Aye.
that's 4 yeas.
In that, did you say that we will open the credit card account? Or
Yes,
just-
it's to open one or
Yes.
more
Okay.
business.
And we accepted the resolution.
I pointed that out.
And it says that.
Barry, you second, who voted? Oh, I think we all voted?
No,
Andy.
Andy,
Yeah.
Andy
thank
motion,
you.
right?
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you. Motion carries with the correction.
Correct.
Noted.
Thank you.
Be sure I
Thank
sign these documents before I go home tonight.
Well, maybe not the correction one, but we'll get the other
Well,
one
yeah,
signed.
We gotta get the
the
correct
real
one.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, yes.
Moving forward, number 5, discussion and possible action for employment status of Apple Valley Town Fire Chief, resolution R-2022-13.
Do you want to read that resolution?
I
I'll
can do
read
that. You bet.
Okay. Whereas the town of Apple Valley has the responsibility of providing fire protection for Apple Valley. And whereas the town council has determined that the town's safety interest would be best served by appointing a full-time fire chief. Whereas the town of Apple Valley desires to establish a full-time fire chief's position. Now therefore, at a meeting of the town council of Apple Valley, Utah, duly called and noticed and held on the 17th day of March, 2022, and upon motion duly made, seconded, and passed as set forth below, be it resolved that David Zold Jr. is appointed as a full-time fire chief for the Apple Valley Fire Department to serve at the discretion of the town council. That is the resolution. I just wanted to, David Zold has provided me with
Certification.
his certifications, they're copies of his certifications. He has attended many trainings, many meetings, many things. If you want to look through, he wanted to make it available. And I know that we had a temporary fire chief for a minute, and his certifications are right next to David Zold's right here. Self-admitted, he had no certification for fire. So if anyone is interested, we have his certifications here. He's attended many trainings and certifications.
So I've been around with David for a long time. I will just tell you that the guy is awesome in many ways that you people don't even, the citizens don't even understand. He's been here for 4 years. He too has been battling unbelievable opposition, doing his due diligence for the town. I don't people think they understand how much responsibility a fire chief has in the community. The accountability, the responsibility is just, you know, if somebody comes in and they want to build a house, but you don't have adequate service for it, that makes the town liable. And he has been staunch in his decision-making with everything that's been coming through this town for the last 4 years with an unbelievable amount of pushback, but he's been doing his job. Not only has he been doing his job, he's been protecting us, the citizens, we the people. That's who he's been protecting. And he's been standing up all by himself doing that. He's done an amazing job for a volunteer fire department. I can't say enough about him. He has all the qualifications and skills doing it. He's been putting in 40 hours a week the last 4 years. I mean, literally. And he has some amazing things that he wants to get rolling on. Some things are like a new fire station out in Cedar Point. And we have land that's been donated, and we have some funds to start putting up a new building. We just purchased, if you all want to take a look out in the fire department, you can go see the new refurbished fire truck that I will give Mr. Blackhawk a major amount of credit for that, because that man's due diligence in finding us a truck was amazing. And it cost us 27 grand, and it has brand new freaking tires on it, brand new. Little nipples are still on it. And it will serve this community well for a number of years. But with that said, the CIB grant they turned in was a nightmare. We postponed that whole thing. We're trying to renegotiate that moving forward. And Junior's trying to renegotiate that for us. But, and it's looking good, I think, moving forward. And we've had some of the developers offer to help out with that purchase. And so we're going to move forward with those grants and with whatever our developers can help us with. We're looking at a brand new 4-wheel drive Class 2 supercharged type 2 fire truck that will, you know, for as far as the wildfire land type set of urban interface. It will be an amazing addition to us. This builder equipment will not go to waste. We will, you know, move these out to the other facilities, so we've got much faster return call times. And he's just working on some amazing projects. I don't want to even put it all out there now because I don't want to jinx any of it. But the things that he has
plan for this community is gonna really upgrade us to class 1 fire department with volunteers. And I take my hat off to all of them. We got one here right now, and I can tell you, these guys are stalwart. You know, when I hear the stories, 1 o'clock in the morning, somebody rolls a car out here, it's on fire. All the weeds are on fire and it's going down into the bed out there, you know, where the water runs through. And they're trying to keep the car from exploding and keeping the brush fire down with one used old beat up truck, but we're not sure the tires are even gonna get it there. And at 1 a.m. in the morning, you know, and they finished up at 4:30 and came back. And Black Hawk was one on that call, and his name just slipped my mind. Anthony Mosier. And I came down here at like 10 o'clock. He was still cleaning up equipment, putting it away. And he just did it out of serving in the community. Doesn't get any better than that, folks. Anyway, I'm excited.
You need a box of clothes.
I know I'm gonna cry. Anyway,
I just want to say too that Chief Zoll had the men out, or had the firefighters out training. There was a big kerfuffle on Facebook about it, I guess, because they didn't recognize what the training was, because there wasn't any.
I'm
for a
glad you
little while
brought
there.
that up. Yeah.
It was a conspiracy. So, yeah, he trains them regularly, and which was kind of a new thing for some people. So anyway,
We were just, so everybody knows, we were doing our pack test. We were running our course, making sure we had the right distance.
I saw your boy feeling real funny.
Conspiracy.
I waved. My dog said hi.
yeah,
And by the way, if you didn't sign up for CPR,
Yeah, it's this Saturday.
is this Saturday?
$40, I think. it was.
Yeah, and the chief is putting that on. So feel free to come down and learn how to save your neighbor.
What if we don't want to?
Learn how anyway. Learn how anyway, yeah.
Right thing to
They're
do.
not listening, are they?
Oh,
No, they're not.
Okay, can I get a motion?
we are on number 5.
We are on number 5, resolution R 2022-13.
I make a motion that we take action to employ Chief Zoll, David Zoll Jr. On resolution R 2022-13, full-time employment status. However convoluted that was.
Do I have a second?
The information.
I'll second that.
Okay, thank you.
Let's have a vote.
I think, I don't know if this is a point of conflict of interest for me,
Because you're on the fire.
because I'm on the fire department, so I'm going to abstain from this vote.
Okay,
All right, let me start out with a big yes.
yes, aye. Yeah,
Yes.
Okay, 1 abstain, 3 yes. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next. Thank you, Andy.
You would have voted no, is that what you said?
That's not what he said.
Oh.
Okay, let's move on to number 5, discussion and possible action
That
for.
says 6.
I'm so sorry. Discussion and possible action to add authorized signer on bank accounts on the PTIF account on resolution R 2022-14.
so this is required
Thank you. I was
because,
gonna ask for a brief explanation of what the PTIF account is.
okay, the PTIF is the Utah Public Treasurer's Investment Fund. And money is moved there sometimes from one place to another, from our bank account to the PTIF. And only authorized signers can do that. And so we just wanted to make sure we had available signers when that money needs to be moved. And so that's why this is,
And we chose Kim.
Yeah.
we chose Kevin.
You
Hey,
guys
he
chose me.
scrutinizes everything, man. He
Yeah.
catches every penny.
I am Mr. Tightwad. You can call home and ask my wife, she'll verify it for you. She's taking a vacation, it's killing me.
So, does anyone have any questions, discussion, comments?
So who are the authorized people on there?
I can do it.
Mason
In Mason,
and.
yes, and then we will move.
Not yet.
Not
Not yet.
yet,
Not
but
yet,
somewhere down the road, yes.
yes.
Maybe we can get to the bank on your guys' approval.
You ready?
I'm ready to stay vote.
All right,
You gotta-
I make a motion that we accept resolution R-22, R-2022-14, authorizing Mr. Kevin Sayer as mayor pro tem to be an authorized signer on our PTIF account.
Have a
I second.
Okay, vote.
Aye.
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 Should I be removed from that position? Of course, my name will be taken off those accounts, just so you know.
Oh, yeah, you better believe it.
Robin's on.
Yes.
Don't you worry.
Okay, number 7, discussion of possible action to reopen our fire department bank account at the SBSU and add the authorized signatures to the SBSU on resolution R-2022-15.
Now you're caught up.
Thank you.
Good job.
We are reopening the fire department account that got closed out.
Yeah. The eyebrows are well raised.
Yes, and they should be.
They should be. It was close.
How much money was in it? Did they get it back?
A substantial amount. As soon as we do this right here, those funds will go back in their account. Even the funds that they went out and earned themselves, the fire department and the volunteers, which is a substantial amount of money, that will be put into their account for them also.
So does Zoll need to be on as a signer?
Yes.
Yes.
2 or more of the mayor, treasurer are hereby authorized signers, so that would also be fire chief, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we need to put Dave on there.
Did we miss it?
But this is just the titles,
Yeah,
and so that should also say fire chief
yeah,
right there as well, in item number 2.
yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Because instead of having.
Or does he-
Or you can just put it on number 4.
Does he need to be the signer? We're setting
About
account
item number 4 where it names,
What's that?
about item number 4 where it names who they are.
Well, but it's in both places as well.
Yeah, so it has to be a 2 and 4.
They have to be 2 and 4, so have to have the title of fire chief, and then 4 would have to
He'll
have the
have to
name.
have a sign, he'll have to be signed.
So when you make the motion,
Will he have to be a signer to have a credit card or a debit card on that account? Probably. I think you have to,
Yeah. Yeah,
because I think that's the way it works, even with the personal account.
okay,
You
all
gotta be a
right, so let's
signer
add
on
his
there.
name on there.
yeah,
So when you make the
item number 2
motion,
needs to say fire chief,
yeah.
when you make the motion, add that on.
and then item number 4 needs to say
It's totally my fault, I didn't
fire
catch that
chief.
first time.
Needs to say fire chief.
I blame it on Jenna,
David
she will
Soul.
whoop me bad later.
Yeah, but you have to guys talk about that.
That's okay.
Got it.
Okay,
Okay,
you want me to make the
you
motion?
bet, I love that.
Okay, I make the motion that we accept resolution R-2022-15 with the add-on of item number 2 to add fire chief in there. And then item number 4 to put fire chief David Zoll Jr. as signer on the account.
I second that motion.
Vote begin with Andy.
Aye.
Aye,
Hi.
Aye.
that's 4 yeas. Number 8, discussion and possible action to appoint an accountant, resolution R-2022-16. Y'all probably know where we're going with this one already.
No, I don't.
You know,
All right.
okay.
But that's okay.
We're
That's why
gonna,
I'm here.
we're gonna appoint Marge as the accountant.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Marge.
Oh, my God. Everything is screwed up.
Okay, I don't think we need to read through the whole agreement.
Should we read the whereas?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, let's do that.
Do you want me to read that?
Yes.
Okay, appointment of town accountant. Whereas the town of Apple Valley is a Utah municipality, and whereas the town of Apple Valley is in need of someone to serve.
And number 5.
Okay. As accountant, and whereas the town council can appoint individuals to assist in administrative positions. And whereas the town council has determined that the town's interests would best be served by the appointment of Tanya McGinnis as the town accountant. Now therefore it is resolved by the town council of the town of Apple Valley to appoint Tanya McGinnis to serve as the town's accountant.
Go to number 5.
Number 5, salary. Accountant is operating and has spent countless hours, probably more than any of us.
Yes,
I've spent a lot of hours here, but she's spent more than I have.
and apparently more than the past accountants too.
You just said that.
Yes, I
You
did.
can't retract.
I'm not gonna retract it.
Okay, so it talks about term duties, meetings, indemnification, salary. Number 5, accountant is operating as a volunteer employee and receives no monetary compensation. Accountant shall qualify as an employee pursuant to Utah Code Section 63G7, entitled to all protections 102(3), 2019, and shall be afforded thereby by the Governmental Immunity Act of Utah.
Thank you.
I wholeheartedly recommend this. I am in awe.
Is there anything else that anybody would like to add to that? I already spoke my piece about what an amazing.
I think we need to get her a raise.
Yeah.
I would agree. I would agree.
Well, with that said, let me just point out a couple quick things here before we move forward, before we make a motion. We paid the last accountant $56,000. With, whatever, not sure all what his package looked like, because I never seen a contract, but anyway. That's huge. Tanya's doing that out of the goodness of her heart
And fixing it all.
and fixing it all on top of it. It's not moving forward with a clean slate. She's fixing a mess that we had. And it was a mess. And going forward, I'm just telling this community, you're in good hands
With all state.
with Allstate, with Tanya McGinnis. You're in excellent hands. And can't say enough. I appreciate all she's done. I'm sorry for all the abuse that was thrown her way in the past. It was wrong. God defend her on her. Well, I'll defend her on her after Andy defends her on her, but I'll be right behind you. Okay? Sarah? Anything to say?
Nope.
All right. Let's vote.
Motion.
Oh, motion.
Yeah.
Let's vote on a motion.
I
Good
make a
thing you have us
motion.
down here.
Yeah.
What's that?
Good thing you have us
I
down
know.
here.
I know.
Well,
Very good.
You know, we're newbies. We appreciate all the help we can get here, okay?
I make a motion that we move to act to appoint Tanya McGinnis as an accountant on resolution R-2022-16.
A second.
Andy?
Are you gonna abstain?
I'm going to abstain.
Okay. Then the vote comes to me. The answer is yes.
Just to verify, that's a volunteer position, correct?
That is a
Correct.
volunteer position. And she saved the town $56,000 right now.
Wow. Thank you, Tanya.
And that's only one item. Okay, that's just one item. I have a whole list.
Not all the delinquent IRS payments that have all the fees associated, all of that. Yeah.
Wait, the 56,000 a year accountant was supposed to catch all this, I assume.
Correct.
He wasn't getting paid as much as the accountant before, though.
Oh, wow.
Oh, we saved a couple of dollars, I think.
I think.
Probably not. Start totaling it up, which one of these days we'll get to.
Did we finish our vote?
No.
We have a
Okay,
motion on
yes.
Yes.
Oh, did we second?
Did we second?
I
Andy
did.
second.
Okay.
Okay.
I seconded it.
Aye.
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 3 yeas, 1 abstain.
Can I vote twice?
Yes. We're making some good progress, you guys. Okay,
Number 9.
let's move on.
Yes.
Okay, number 9. This is for the special event permit application for Zion Ultra event, running event, April 9th and 10th, 2022, with vacation races. You have that data in front of you, if you'd like to look that over, and if you have any questions, they have their liability insurance, we have maps of where they're gonna be running all over the place. We already told them there's no camping and no fires, right? Someone correct me if I'm not correct, but I believe that is the
You are correct.
conditions of it. The one thing that I will just reiterate one more time is to make sure that we have the proper water coverage for dust. Let's follow our own ordinances. Hey, there's a thought.
Who's driving the truck?
And sanitary.
And sanitary.
Who has to keep the dust down?
Yeah.
They do. That's
Would you
what-
like to speak with them first? I can direct anybody to whoever, or would you like me to take care of talking?
What's that?
Just making sure I will relay whatever information you
Yes,
like.
and
Yeah,
mainly
they
that,
need to make
and
sure they
and the
got
last time whoever was out there, they did the water thing, but it was not enough.
Can
I
they keep their lights down? Can they?
Oh, we do have a light ordinance, don't we? I think the thing's like 47 pages, isn't it?
Yeah.
Me.
So it looks like in this route, it looks like they're gonna be out on 59.
Couple spots.
Are they crossing 59 or are they running along 59?
I hope they're running
I think
along.
they're crossed.
They have a UDOT permit.
And you
Well,
do
I
have
know
UDOT.
they do, but that still doesn't change the fact that it's highly irritating when you're driving down the road and you have to stop
Yes, it
because
is.
one runner has to cross over the road and I don't know.
So
I come from Hurricane where when they do that Ironman race,
yeah.
we were on that, on 700 West, just off of 700 West, and they run that race around Sand Hollow. And they would actually physically close off our road with barriers. So we couldn't, if we wanted to leave our house during the race period, we had to go park down at the intermediate school, which was probably a quarter of a mile away. Maybe even a half mile away from our house, probably a half mile away from our house. We had to walk all the way down there to get to our cars if we wanted to leave. So this kind of stuff kind of irritates me and grinds on me when they think they can just come in and take over our area for a short time and make it highly inconvenient. To me, that's a high inconvenience to the people of the area, because they don't live here.
Well, you can't shut down 59.
Yeah.
Well,
So
they
it's,
are, so that's the thing, is they do temporarily. The last time there was a race, I was coming past Main Street, and they had flaggers out there, and they stopped the traffic on 59 so that somebody could ride their mountain bike across the road, across 59, on Main Street across 59.
so looking at this, it looks like the only place they're gonna be affecting traffic is on 9 around Virgin.
Yeah.
The rest of the race will be up on Gooseberry Mesa, I believe.
So where do they come over here? These maps are so stinking tiny.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically the
Can you
UDOT
crystal
thing
ball?
covers
Well, you
Highway
can't see it's all
9.
one color.
I don't know what I'm doing.
the rest of it's up on Gooseberry Mesa.
Is it on Gooseberry Mesa?
That's the way I see it.
See, all that.
But how did they get over there?
Well, it's like a,
They take off about.
Okay.
it's like a stage race.
Yeah, it's a stage race, you are correct.
How much
Stage
money
race.
is it bringing in?
Okay.
How much money we get?
$500.
$500.
And they're getting 150 per person.
$500.
Oh, that's it? No revenue?
Yeah,
$500 special permit fee.
yeah. We may,
We may look into.
we are going to look
You
at
can
that.
set up your little taco stand on the side of the road. You can make a lot of money off of
Sell your services.
I think that's too cheap also, especially if
Yeah.
we're talking about 500 people out there.
Yeah.
I think it should be.
that. Are they
10
talking
bucks a head.
500 on this one?
It's
Or is it like 100?
big business.
Yes, it is.
I get a percentage, yeah, in the future.
Yeah, we're
That's a
not,
good idea.
we're not getting squat out of it.
We're getting a lot of that.
We're gonna look at that.
Yeah.
Remind us, Margaret, to look at that.
Yeah, there, and let's sell smoothies or something.
Yeah, you can sell smoothies and make a lot of money.
Yeah.
So some, oh wait, this one, oh, that was, that is their permit.
Yeah.
That's
So
for
do we
this,
wanna approve
this
this?
event only, right?
Yeah, I'm willing to let that go. Now, we need to,
Yeah, I think we need to revisit.
we need to revisit it.
But I think, yeah,
Can you make a note and maybe we'll try to get that off the point? You rock. You rock. I don't know why I even question anything.
we shouldn't.
I know.
I move that we approve the special event permit application for Zion Ultra Events. The event date is April 9th through the 10th of 2022. And the outfit is in charge is Vacation Races.
Oh, that's the name of the company.
That's what's on their liability insurance and vacation races.
Yes.
And they need to be made aware that they need to keep dust down.
I made my
Yes.
motion to state such.
Maybe it'll blow over at Mom's house again.
I second.
Okay, we'll begin with Andy.
Aye.
Aye.
Right.
Okay. That is 4 yeas. Number 10. This is a special event permit application for a half marathon on May 20th and 21st of 2022. The applicant is okay with no camping, and it was tabled at the last town council meeting on 2/17 of 22. And I believe that the concern was,
This is the
oh, revised.
application.
Is it different than this one?
I just think, how are these different? Jen?
Down at the bottom, it just says on the revised one, there's no camping mentioned, so that,
Okay.
that on the permit that we approve, there's nothing that states camping.
It says that on there.
Yeah, they don't, on that new one, there's no camping mentioned. On the one that's in your packet, there's camping mentioned, which was the old one that was tabled at the town council meeting from before. But since they are okay with no camping, I had them send us a new revised
Oh,
application.
right there.
Perfect. Thank you.
Permission to offer
Lisa.
camping. It's up here at the top is where it was there.
See, that's tiny writing. You could.
It is really tiny. Yeah, but it's on white. It's black on white. That other one's black on black, gray.
You know, I think part of it's, I think as a general rule of thumb, these are a lot of great people. And I don't think they would necessarily want to be stupid to screw that up for themselves. Not saying that, you know, there's always someone in the crowd that will build a campfire. But the liabilities for them would be astronomical should something catch on fire.
There's gonna be a lot of-
So, and I know I did meet the crew last year that was out there, and they were pretty much on top of a lot of stuff that I saw. They were well organized and everything was well orchestrated out there. The only thing, my complaint was, I don't think they used the water truck enough.
Except for the dust
Yeah.
of the lights.
So this thing
Will
starts
they
at 7. to 6
hire the fire department to oversee that there is no fire, or?
That to me is where we should go with this. So please make a note of that moving forward, because that could be paid. We could pay some of the firefighters to be on standby out there with a brush truck.
They should. at least
And they
check.
should, and I think moving forward, that's an excellent idea, and we should implement that, because some of us kind of had some of those thoughts earlier, that we could get the fire department involved in this. And I think that we should be able to charge a fee for it, to have an on-call group out there, a couple guys with the truck. And take the water tender as a backup out there, or whatever. I think that'd be a really wise idea. Okay, you got footnote to that one, Jenna? Yeah. Thank you. I know. Did anyone else want to read through this? See it already?
So that one is, has their liability
Yeah.
thing as well.
Okay, can I get a motion?
Probably the same as the other.
I make a motion that we approve the application without camping for the half marathon on May 20th and 21st, 2022. And no fires as well.
And
And more water.
Dust control.
And
And dust control.
Better dust control.
Better, yeah, more water.
A second.
Aye.
I,
Aye. You see that it says 150 participants starting every half hour from 6 PM to 7 AM.
At $150 a head. Oh, I think, yeah, right, you said four.
That's crazy.
they're charging the participants $150 a
Oh,
pop.
no, more like 300 or 400.
3 or 4.
Yeah, we run them all the time and they're usually $100 bucks.
Are they?
On this? Yeah, I mean, I haven't run this particular one, but we run them like every 3 or 4 weeks and they're under 100 usually.
And we get 500.
this one out. I think it's the whole
Yeah.
one.
Sounds like a sandwich.
Put that on the top priority list.
Raise our special event.
And the fire thing, we need to put that together. Wow.
Right?
All right,
I'm not gonna run that.
let's move on.
Take a run.
That was 4 yeas in case I didn't state it for the record.
Number 11. Number 11.
Oh,
Number 11.
Number 11, discussion of possible action, the participation in the habitat conservation. This is a really good one. Wait till you hear about this one.
Yeah, really.
Oh,
Yeah. Is it turtle?
So-
tortoise?
it's the tortoises
Oh.
that don't live at this height.
They don't live in this elevation. But we've been charging them on the building permits. And we've been paying them. We've been paying this. But it is optional.
Which hadn't been paid in how long?
It hadn't been paid for a year and a half.
How much
even though
did we
it was agreed
send?
to.
How
We
many?
sent them quite a lot of money.
Yeah. What was the figure?
Oh, I can't remember. Well, there are two figures in my head, 28,000 or 31,000.
I'm going with the 31,000. Yeah, that's what I
Oh,
remember.
my God.
Because it hadn't been paid.
For the
a long
turtles
time.
that aren't
For
here.
the turtles
Which is
that
what
aren't
we
here.
charge in the building permit fee, and so it's a pass-through charge. It's
Yeah, so
not
we're
just,
not paying, we're not.
it's not the citizens, but so here's the thing. If we do participate and somebody buys land or wants to develop on their land and they find a tortoise or whatever. If they mess with the tortoise, that's a federal offense.
Right. And there comes a big fine with it.
And there's a big fine. So if we are participating, we can just notify them and they will come and relocate the tortoise. There's also the option of optional participation with developers, where they can do it so that they're not facing a federal the violation of federal. So, yeah, I think we were in agreement that we didn't want to participate
Yeah, we're not gonna do it. That's crazy.
because they don't live up here.
And why would I charge our citizens that kind of money on their building?
Do you know how long we've been a part of that?
Forever,
For quite a while.
long, long time.
Yeah.
Well,
No, years. I don't know how many years. I don't know how we're.
so what was the status on that oh, hang on, you guys. What was that on a $350,000 home? It was $800,
Seven something.
$700 something on the permit. For 350,000, you know, a home that's valued at $350,000.
So we aren't wanting to participate,
No.
in which case we will amend our fees in the building process.
But to protect everybody, the builders and the developers and even the individual citizens, can we add that to the building permit package where
It's
there's
an
a,
optional.
that it is an optional thing and
I don't remember the fee for
they,
that.
I don't
Or how
remember,
they
I don't
calculate it.
remember either, but we should at least give the citizens
The option.
the option and know that that's there.
Like when you go register your car, you can donate your organs or whatever.
Right. I gave him my kidneys last week. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Trying to help out, still alive.
Kidneys are overrated.
Okay, so you got that part, Jenna, that we could like clarify somewhere in the
Should we make a motion?
building process to put that data in there.
I make a motion that
It is
we,
optional.
I don't know. Do we need?
Well, I would just like to make the contractors and the builders and
I
the
don't know how we
developers
can do
aware
that.
of that that's,
I'll have you refer back to the building department on that.
Well, the only way we could do that is in like those packets that we were talking
Yeah.
about, being able to provide, and then it just
Right.
has that in there.
It just has that
That
information
you
in
can
there.
do that if you want to.
Right.
It's optional. And
So,
then when you get the information, I don't know how they would know that.
We would probably need to create a letter that they are.
Oh, yeah, that they-
waiving, that they are opting
Opting in.
in or opting out, and then at the same time that they're opting out, they are basically
Taking that on
taking town of
themselves.
Apple Valley
Really good idea.
liability out.
I like
of
that. Okay, that's good. We're protecting the
Yeah.
town.
Yeah.
so I guess my question is this something that we need to get a hold of whoever oversees this plan? And
We already have.
We had a meeting with
We
them.
had a meeting with them. Oh, sorry. I guess I should have.
Right, but if we're gonna create a waiver,
that's what I'm saying. We should probably find out what we can and can't do with their plan.
I believe that they told us we could do, that was an option. And I will have to look in my paperwork, but I'm pretty sure that there's an example, or they have an example on their website of
Already.
how to do
How
that.
to do that. Yeah.
if people want to opt in. So
Right.
if tonight we're opting out, then the course of action is that they would opt into it if they wanted it.
Mhm.
Right? Is that the way I understand
Yes.
it?
Yeah,
Because
'cause
tonight,
we're
if
no
we,
longer
I'm not
offering it.
confirmed by that, I
right, right, because if we as a town are opting out of this habitat conservation plan tonight, then that's not, our policy is not to pay that and not collect that fee.
Correct, and we're not gonna.
They
pay
could-
But
that.
if we want to leave that as an option for a developer or somebody building,
Should we
that
get
they
this,
can opt in if they want
But
to.
they go down there.
They go down there and pay directly.
Right, but they go down there and pay directly. We don't collect any funds.
Right.
should we get the specifics, table it now, get the specifics, and then move forward with like a resolution with the specifics?
Can do that.
We probably should, because that
I
way
don't
we've
know.
got it all,
Okay. I didn't even.
That way
see
it's
that.
That'd be a good idea.
it's all done at the same
So that we
time.
can have all the paper.
Okay.
Yeah, I move that we table item 11 on discussion and possible action regarding the participation in habitat conservation plan.
I second.
Until we get more,
Until we get more
Okay.
information.
I second that.
All right, we'll beginning with Andy.
Aye.
Aye.
Hi.
4 yeas. Okay, next is discussion and possible action for a zone change application for AV 1329 B. Oh,
Do we announce it anyway?
yes, we do.
well,
have to announce
yeah,
it
I'm going to
it's on
do
there.
that. I haven't gotten that far. Okay, we start that over. Discussion and possible action for a zone change application for AV 1329 B from open space transition to SF 1.0. The applicant is Lad McDonald, and he has contacted us, and per the applicant, he's requesting that that be tabled.
Until
They're
next
still,
month, right?
and they've been in doing their due diligence, big time, trying to find out all the documentation.
Were they one-
data.
Were they wanting it just tabled till next month or
Well,
just
let's just
tabled
move
until they get back to us?
To the next meeting.
Yeah, I would just
The
take that
next
to the
meeting.
next meeting.
Usually how it goes.
That is what they requested.
Okay. I make a motion that we table item number 12, discussion and possible action for zone change application for AV 1329 B from open space transition to SF 1.0, applicant Lad McDonald.
Okay, and
Till
I,
next meeting.
before we move on, I just want to add to the conversation that the town, that this was tabled on 12/15/21, and that the planning commission recommended denial on 12/1/21. Just want to add that in the footnote, please. Doesn't have to go on the motion.
I
Just the
second,
discussion.
I second the motion.
Okay, vote beginning with Andy.
Aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Aye.
That is 4 ayes. Okay,
So I wonder if I should have been more clear, because I just said till next meeting. I should have said next meeting, the regular meeting in April.
correct. But I think we all, well, don't let that happen again.
Okay.
All right, Next is number 13. Discussion and possible action for a zone change application for AV 2184 and AV 2165 from open space transition to cabin/TH. I'm gonna spit all this out, and RE1, the applicant is Standard Development / Travis Homes. So just take a few minutes and brief yourself on that.
Kevin, what I was wanting to do on number 13, 14, 15. And originally I talked to you and Frank the other day about table number 16 and 17 till later, and I was gonna present 13, 14, and 15 tonight, but Carl Rasmussen's sick, he couldn't attend, and so I need to change them dates, and I don't know how long that will be till he's doing better. What my feeling is that we should put 13, 14, and 15 into April, tentatively if Carl's feeling better, and then put 16 and 17 in May, because this is gonna, or I could just contact Jenna when Carl's back in action. And really 13, 14.
Okay. Let's hold on a second here. Now let us rewrap our heads on this. All right. Let me make a statement moving forward before we do anything. We know things don't always go the way we plan, and we hope for the best, that everything turns out that way. It's really hard to be sitting in the middle of the meeting and change the agenda. So with that said, moving forward, and I want you to understand me clearly, that you've got to work on being more ahead of the game for us. You got to stop this last minute thing. We have so much to do in the office, and we're so undermanned. And, you know,
This thing with Carl, I didn't know
well,
about.
and like I said, things happen that we can't control. And I understand once in a while that it gets to that point, but I'm saying as a rule of thumb, us going forward and us working together, you got to help us if we're going to try to help you move along with your project. And this is a request from the council that you got to give us more leadway on this stuff. And I will tell you,
I'll do my very best on that. On the Carl end, I just didn't.
and I get it. So I want to make that for the record that you and I have had this conversation, and we both understand moving forward what we need to do with this. And we'll do what we can in office to accommodate you. But when you slam this on us at the last minute, it's hard enough, and then you want to come into the meeting and change it, that makes it even tougher.
Yeah.
So moving forward, we would like to have a better working relationship than what we currently have, and do the best we can to accommodate. We're here to accommodate the citizens. We're here to accommodate the developers. When I say I'm here to serve and protect, I mean that. And I think I can speak for the council that they're the same way.
Thank you. I wanted to say too, that I sure feel a different energy here tonight than some of the meetings that I've been to. You guys have been very.
Well, we're trying to do the right thing here, Travis.
Yeah, you told me you was going to.
That's right. And I asked you to give us some time for us to move forward and get things ironed out.
Thank you for keeping your word.
Well, you're welcome. And so, you know, with that said, I will say this moving forward, you know, I have to answer to people. Number one is the first one, and has the top priority is my wife. Okay. I'll put him in there. No, it's my wife first, trust me. Okay. Secondly, it's to the citizens of Apple Valley. I made my statements that I was here to serve and protect them, and I will do that with absolute diligence and whatever it takes to do that. And to me, that means to be honest, forthcoming, transparent, all the things in the Boy Scout book, basically. Okay. Yeah, just, you know, we know that the things that in the past are negotiable. We have to straighten out some stuff. We all know that. This won't be perfect for you and it won't be perfect for us, but we're gonna come to an agreement somewhere here down the road. And it's gonna work for everybody. A lot of the developers I've talked to recently, they have some great things that they're gonna bring to the community. And it's an asset for the community, for the current citizens. And that I'm excited about. But we have some stuff that happened even a long time ago in the past that really needs to still be addressed. And so we need to address those issues. Not to slap anybody on the hand, but to work them out so that everybody can move forward. So with that said, number one is my wife. Second one is the citizens of Apple Valley. The third one is this council. And after that comes God, okay, in that order. And there's one more, last but not least, is Debbie Cobb. Just saying, okay? Because she's not gonna let me get away with anything, let me tell you. All right,
What's in that ring?
so what you're asking for now is to just simply table everything.
No. I want a table till we know what Carl's capable of, because whatever we was putting together here, if he's down for a week, it's one deal. If he's down for 2 weeks, it's another. So we need to tell him how he's going to be the determinant.
Would you like us to table these until further notice?
That would be perfect. And you know that I'm anxious. to
I don't think we can
continue.
do that, though, can we?
I don't think we can.
No, we're already pushing the envelope. Now that I think about it, we're already pushing the envelope. We will table these till next month. And we'll work through them. But you have been given documentations from the people that work here that are in charge of their departments. They've been requesting some documentation and I've been told you've been given a list on those things. And so wait, hold on, let me speak and you can have your turn. I want you to really pursue doing your due diligence for us so that we can accommodate you moving forward. And I know that you have some documentation that was given to you, whether it be verbal or written down. There's some things of major concern that we would like to get worked out with you. We know nobody can build right now, but that doesn't mean that we can't work on stuff until that moratorium is up.
I feel like we should put 13, 14, and 15 in April, and then 16 and 17 in May. And then if Carl's feeling better by then, we could do them all in April.
I'm gonna put them all in April. That's the best I'm gonna do for you tonight. So get busy. You need help, call me. All right, call us, call the council. I say me or
I'm happy.
it's this group.
I'm happy to bring forward all the information and to be very candid. You're gonna see a lot of stuff.
And you're aware of some of the woes of the community, and I know that you can, if pursued moving forward, and you're capable of that, that you have some good ideas to offer too. So let's work with that, okay? All right, let's move forward, because I'm ready to go home. Number 13, we're gonna table it. We are going,
Well, we gotta make the motion.
yes, let me just read it, then we'll make the motion. Discussion possible action for a zone change on application for AB 2184 and AB 2165 from open space transitions to cabin /TH /PD and RE1. Do I have a motion to table this
I move that we table
till the next council meeting in
till the next council meeting in April, the discussion of possible action for zone change application for AB 2184 and AB 2165 from open space transition to cabin tiny home.
Yep.
Is that still? Okay. PD and RE1.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Vote?
Aye.
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 That's 4 yeas. That has been tabled until the next meeting, town council meeting in April. Okay, next. Discussion and number 14, discussion and possible action for zone change application for AB 1313-D-1 from AG, which is agricultural, to SF half acre applicant 2000 Main LLC / Travis Homes. Who's requested for that to be tabled? Do I have a motion?
I make a motion that we table item number 14, discussion and possible action for zone change application for AV 1313-D-1 from ag to single family half acre applicant 2000 Main LLC. Travis Hall.
Do I have a second?
Table it till April, to our regular meeting in April.
Thank you.
Second.
Vote beginning with Andy.
Aye.
Aye.
I,
That's 4 yeses. Let's move on to number 15. Discussion and possible action for zone change application for AB 1318 from agricultural to SF half acre applicant 2000. Am I reading the right one?
Mhm.
Sorry. Applicant 2000 Main / Travis Hall.
Motion that we table.
Wait a minute, that was owner Nancy Bradshaw, excuse me.
Then the applicant will standard bill. Oh, at least my notes.
Oh, yeah.
What was that?
This down here.
Some of the rest up on there.
Oh, thank you for pointing that out. Okay, on this one,
That's wrong here.
this is on number 15, the one we're working on 12722. This was tabled by the applicant at the town council, but the planning commission recommended denial on 1/2022. If you guys want to go to AB 1318 in your paperwork there,
Item number 15.
let's take a look at this.
yeah.
Somehow on here, on our agenda, as the applicant wrong in there, standard development.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Good catch.
One thing I do, well, I let me go.
We're not perfect. We'll take help. Okay, you guys go ahead and.
I'll make a note that it's supposed to be standard development. It's the same applicant, same agent, just he's got two different.
Same agent, just different name.
Yep,
Different
he's got two
company.
separate companies. I'll make a note.
But the owner is Nancy Bradshaw, right?
The owner is Nancy Bradshaw. Yes,
That's what my notes say.
yep. the
Do
owner
we
is-
have it on file? Do we have on file that she has approved Travis Wells to be the spokesperson? I'm sorry, Travis Wells. Sorry about that, buddy.
That last meeting,
Yes, that has been confirmed.
Okay,
We will need that updated application. He'll bring forth that information with the other information.
Okay, so we're gonna table item 15. Okay, I guess we need to change the motion so that it's standard development
Yeah,
instead.
changing.
got it.
Do we need to redo the motion?
I don't have a motion on the
I
table
didn't
yet.
Oh, I thought-
finish my motion. I
Nope.
started. yet.
Oh, okay.
just let me take a minute, just read through this so I can give myself a little updated here again, because there's a lot.
No, this is the road over to Kevin's house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where it turns to dirt and go around the bend there. I think there's just a little- there's a little building in front of it. You would- Let me fill it in there from the south.
Okay, so, well, no, I've got a question here. When was this done last time through the planning commission or town council? In January?
January.
Okay, and so Jenny, you're telling me that Travis now has the approval from the owner of the property to move forward with this?
As far as I know, yes, that is what I was told by
And
the
that
planning
was done
department
in
manager.
January.
Yes, that's what I was told by the planning department manager, yes. I believe there was a phone call that was made at the end of the last town council meeting. And presented.
Well,
Okay. Okay. What do you want to do? What's your concern?
Well, I think a big part of my concern is that it's not meeting our general plan, the increased density that's gonna be over there. And the traffic, the added traffic to that area without a secondary entrance.
This is all planned for, it is planned for a secondary entrance, but all I'm asking, all this is for the zone change right now. It's not,
Right, but it is really high density. It's half acre. We're talking half acre lots here,
yeah, the lots just to the north of it are half acre also.
right?
And then we're bringing a secondary access into the town. That's-
Yeah, but if we're gonna go by that, then we're gonna just do the whole freaking town half acre lots. If we're just gonna say, well, that land touches half acre lots, so let's just do that one half acre, and well, that one touches half acre, so let's just do half acre. And that's not our vision for the town. Our vision for the town is that it's a lot lower density than that. That we don't just keep growing half acre lots all over the place. And this is a zone change for the whole parcel to be half acre lots.
Crimson Peaks is half acre, West Temple's half an acre. This is a little 20-acre strip in between them. That's the truth.
I stand corrected that, he has not provided an affidavit. I think that was requested in this packet. But there
So,
was a phone call that was made that gave him, at the last meeting, but we're still waiting.
that
for
was a
the
phone call though, that
Yeah, we're
we
still
don't have an
waiting.
actual affidavit.
Correct. As of now.
When can we have a real affidavit?
I'll make sure that you got the affidavit in the morning or as quick as early Monday, whatever they go.
How much are you willing to bend on this development?
How much am I what?
How much are you willing to bend on this development?
I need to visit with you Monday at 10, and then that way you can understand more where I'm at with everything.
Okay. We want to just,
I guess we'll listen to his Monday at 10.
all right,
We'll table it probably this
we'll
one time.
table it for you this time, Travis.
But if you don't follow through with the stuff that we request,
We
we're
will deny
we're
it.
probably gonna have to deny it come the next time.
I'm happy to bring whatever you need. And also, I do have a lot of information to bring you, and I have submitted a lot of information. And Monday at 10, I think you'll see it.
Well, but I'm trying to figure out why it's taken so long to get that information to us. We requested it and we don't have to have special meetings for you to get, hey, don't talk. I'm talking. This isn't a public forum. This isn't where you have the right to interject. We're allowing you to, but you don't have that right.
Yeah.
Okay, so this has been asked for since January. And when you went before the planning commission, all that was brought up on 120. And now we are 2 months later, and you haven't even bothered bringing that information to Jenna so that she's got that information to give to us. You know, that's how you get the information to us. We don't have to have special meetings so that you can get the information to us. You can provide the information, provide the documents, the plans, the affidavits, whatever it is. We can get that and then we can look it over and say, this is perfect, or then we have questions after that. Just like you do with plans when you submit it to the city and they redline stuff. You know, that's how it's done. It's not done in special meetings every time. So the sticky spot that we're in is, the way I feel about it is, we haven't had a recommendation from the planning commission to deny this. but yet we've allowed this to keep going for 2 months now. So
Help us out.
help us out here, Travis.
I wanna help you out on.
So this is my concession. I don't know how these other guys feel about tabling it this last time. And if you don't have the stuff, come next meeting. We are gonna, I'm of the mindset that I will make a motion to deny this.
Okay,
Okay?
Especially the approval from the owner.
I wanna say on a positive note that they told me 2 months ago that I needed to give the information over.
Yeah,
And I have gone with Carl Rasmussen, and he set up some kind of a computer Dropbox on the deal, and he added Frank Linhart on there. He added 3 or 4 parties on to that Dropbox, and he's been sending all the information in. And so you've had one point of contact, Frank Linhart, saying we haven't sent the information in, and I don't know if he's looked in that Dropbox or not. Monday, when I meet with you, I'll have all the stuff, not on computer, but I will have it in paper form where you can see what I'm.
that's what we want.
Yeah.
We don't want Carl to provide a Dropbox
I don't
for
know.
us to have to go
Because then what I
connect.
have to do is, with the Dropbox, I have to say that it just send it directly to me, and you look it up, we look it up like we
Carl
did
can-
today, and.
I don't even know how or why that got set up, because I'm not very computer savvy either.
Right.
They set up a deal that they've been, the engineers and everybody's been putting information in this Dropbox, and I don't even, I'm not the most.
No, we're
gifted
supposed to
person.
be set,
That's-
given plans, and then we get a 1 PDF copy.
Bring us
that's
in some hard copies.
That's more my style, I'll bring you hard.
Bring us
Yeah.
some hard copies.
How you guys do your internal stuff between you and your engineers, I don't care. And Frank, Frank doesn't need to be, we want hard copies or PDFs emailed, because PDFs, Carl provides PDFs all the time for everything.
I'm all about hard copies, I'll bring you hard copies.
That's what we want from now on. How do you guys feel about tabling it to the next meeting? And if he doesn't perform, then we just take the planning commission's recommendation to deny. Or do you want, or are you of the mindset to do that now?
Well, I'm having a hard time wondering why we're.
Just keep kicking the can down the road?
That's the way I see it. That's the way I see it, Travis. You're kicking the can down the road until either you get enough money gathered up so you own all these properties that you did own at one time, or have control over all these properties. It just seems to me like we're kicking the can down the road for you until you get your, for the lack of better terms, your crap together.
Monday, you'll have a lot better understanding, and I've agreed to bring everything forth to Kevin. I talked to, also to Harold Merritt, he said he would be there, you'll be able to see clearly both of you, what's going on. But I heard you when you said have everything together, and I was.
How do you feel, Robin?
I feel like it's a bit gamey. But,
Yeah.
I'm willing to let you meet and see what you think.
I'm too. I'm willing to meet.
Okay, so the line is drawn in the sand.
Thank
The
you.
line's drawn in the sand.
All right, we do want to work with you, but
We do.
you gotta work with us too. It's a two-way street. It's not just one
And
sided.
we've had a lot of stuff in the past that's
So-
not been done
so
adequately.
please.
We need to look at it.
Please come with everything
I'd love to.
so that we can put this thing to rest and keep moving forward.
When we put our stamp of approval on there, we want to make sure that the citizens don't come hang us. Okay,
Okay.
all right. Want to make
And
a
I guess
motion?
what you're meeting with those guys Monday is about which ones, just this particular one, item number 15.
I'm gonna meet with, Kevin asked me yesterday to bring forth all the documentation, all the stuff that I do have now
For what? For which project?
for all the projects I'm working on.
For everything.
All these 5 projects that you've asked us to table.
Yeah.
And Travis, I want you to understand that as the mayor pro temp, this is not my job.
Yeah.
I'm not dealing with the developers. You understand that? I'm making a concession here for you. I want you to understand that. I'm gonna give you the opportunity to step up to the plate. You know all the departments, you know where everything has to go to get your approvals, you know what has to be signed off. I'm just gonna open that avenue for you at this time. You do what you can with it,
Please do, please
because moving forward, I will close that door.
work with us because we want to work with you.
Okay,
We're not saying we don't want to work with you.
have a motion?
Okay, I make a motion that we table item number 15, discussion of possible action for zone change, application for AV 1318 from agriculture to single family half acre. Applicant is Standard Development, Travis Home, and owner is Nancy Bradshaw, to our regular meeting in April.
I second.
We'll begin with Andy.
Nay.
Aye.
Aye.
One nay and 3 ayes. Okay, let's move forward. Number 16, discussion of possible action for preliminary plat application Miles Mark for AV 1319A. The applicant is 2000 Main Street / Travis Home. You should have that document in front of you.
Well, that was recommended denial on 120.
This one also had the same thing.
Mhm.
Have any of the approvals been made? The water approval and. approval.
1319. Whoop, 1319. Did I say 1318? I'm sorry. 1319A. All right, get it together here, Kevin.
So did the water district give preliminary approval?
Yes.
The applicant says yes. Does anyone else? No.
Andy, do you know?
I'll bring the documentation.
No.
You have that document? You'll bring that in?
Who did you talk to?
I've got a letter from Rod Mills, an email letter with the, permitting 30 homes on per mile mark and saying he has sufficient water to service that.
How old is that?
It, I'll have to look at the date on there, but it's valid. And I took it to him again just maybe 2 weeks ago, and I'll bring that to you Monday.
Well, Rod will be there, so.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So I guess the only other question I've got is, again, here's another affidavit. Do we have an affidavit?
That one you do have an affidavit.
What are you calling this one?
Miles Mark.
I said Miles Mark.
These are the ones that we had talked with Frank yesterday, and he asked that we just have Carrie send an email into Jenna.
Did that come in, Jenna?
Yes,
So Carrie Holt sent you an email
correct.
that he is represented?
Yeah, Kevin has been, yeah,
On 16 and 17.
yeah,
Right, yeah, I was there when you came in and made that request.
yeah.
So was that,
It's been requested to be tabled by the applicant, or by the,
by the owner?
by Carrie Holtz, the owner.
Carrie Holt asked for this to be tabled.
Yes.
Correct. Okay,
His
So
man-
is
his
he-
manager of his.
so is there an affidavit from Carrie Holt
Um,
that authorizes
Mhm.
Travis to be his representative? That would have probably been in that email.
Is it that one or no?
That's the one I'm asking about.
Was that what you're looking for?
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, but this doesn't say that it's,
It doesn't
that
say.
it doesn't say anything about Carrie Holt on here.
I can make sure we have that one for Monday.
Because this one just says 2000 Main. There's nothing about the name of the property owner. And there's just a scribble. I don't recognize the signature.
2000
so-
Main is me, and I'll bring the documentation for that Monday.
Okay, bring us one with his signature on it.
I have a
Yeah, this doesn't,
If you're done.
this. No address or anything on it, is there?
So Carrie Holt bought all of the stuff from you, right? All of your land.
No.
It's not really notarizing.
What's that?
Just
Most of it?
a couple parcels.
Yeah, this is. That's not even filled out yet. This is valid.
Okay, we're gonna need new clarification on that. Okay, Travis, thank you.
Yeah, because that doesn't, that affidavit doesn't satisfy me.
I expect you to come in Monday morning with a handful of, your arms full like this. Okay,
I want to suggest that we make a phone call and verify
And
that.
then,
okay.
where's the one that's,
Do that.
where's the one? This is a fire. Is that 15? Yeah.
So we will follow up on those two, Travis, don't shit me.
Nancy Bradshaw.
Okay. Moving forward, we're gonna take Brett Iowa. Okay.
Just wanted to point that out. Thank you. We are tabling everything, but.
Yes.
We need to call.
Yeah.
We need to.
We'll need confirmation. Okay. All right,
Somewhere.
anything else?
And if those are falsified,
Yeah,
we're done. It's
Is
over.
it done?
it's over.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to point that out.
Thank you.
Paperwork is here.
I know, right? Look at the numbers. Oh, is that right? Okay, I circled that. Yeah, I can circle that on there so that I know what item number it has.
Are you gonna get your next one out? And then after we make a motion.
I got my stuff all mixed up here.
We moved.
We didn't make a motion.
We didn't make a motion.
There's that.
Well, oh, Johnson. Is that right?
Yeah, I believe that's.
Right. Yeah, there needs to be the owner and authorized person on there, and it's not. Okay, so we're gonna. Table it, but we need to do some research on this,
Yes.
because this is,
Table?
no, we can table. We have to do something.
No, you're the one that's seeing straight.
No, I've got these things just all,
So at the top of these, you know, guys.
yeah, but I've got stuff I printed out that I made notes on, and they are the wrong item number. Yes, it changed item numbers, and so that's where
Is that what that is? Yeah. They're looking at the, as the loan application. And the other, did I take it? The affidavit.
But it's just gorgeous.
What's this? Yeah, I saw that, but that could have changed, because that was dated, that was dated. So.
Agreed, that's why I say we need to double.
That was dated back a little while, because I remember when that happened. That was prior to this meeting.
I agree.
These are the notes from that meeting.
I agree, I just think we need to double.
Yes, absolutely.
We'll need to make sure we have. Thanks you for, Annie, good job. Thank you for catching that.
I got lost. Did you guys table 16?
No, we're still working on it.
We're still working on it.
We're making sure we're dotting our i's.
We're looking at it through the paperwork, go through that we've got.
A lot of i's to dot.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
I hope you're passing that up front.
She's trying to motivate us.
So what's the motion for?
He's looking up something. We'll knock her out here.
I'm just trying to make sure I've got my stuff.
Maybe we'll be out of here by 8:30. That's an improvement by 2 hours.
Just like I'm missing something.
And we didn't technically start till like what, 10 to 7? Quarter to 7?
Somebody long-winded up
Oh,
there.
yeah, 6:40.
Yeah. We've more than cut our time in half. We're rolling.
That's amazing.
6:38 to be exact.
We want to split hairs, right?
My blood sugar just started to
Dun,
go.
dun, dun, dun.
I've got the notes.
I might have taken it.
We have to change.
Here we go.
Oh, you stole that for a minute. Okay. Yeah, so that's 13. One of us. Yeah, okay. Look at this.
Already up on
And
that.
then, okay, all right. All right. I know, right? We're gonna make sure too close to yours. You'll get sucked into that flash. Okay. So this was Miles Mark, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna table this. Are we gonna table this? Okay, yes.
And give them any opportunity to prove themselves.
Yes, so this will be it.
Yes.
Okay, the same thing says here, Travis. For tabling it. You got Monday to prove yourself, okay? With information, with getting this stuff that we requested, okay? I make a motion that we table item number 16, right?
Yes.
16, discussion and possible action for preliminary plat application Miles Mark for AV 1319-A applicant 2000 Main, Travis Home.
Do I have a second?
Oh, we table it to a regular meeting in April.
I second.
Vote, Andy? Aye.
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 3 ayes, 1 nay.
I better say that if I made the motion.
That would be nice. Okay, number 17. Discussion and possible action for preliminary plat application Redstone for AV 1345, 1327, 1326, 1346, 1348-A, applicant 2000 Main, Travis Holmes.
This one also was tabled by.
This
owners
was
request.
also
Table by
recommended,
owner's request.
Yep,
yes.
like the previous one.
But just for the record, this was also recommended denial on 1/20/22 by the planning commission.
Just like the previous one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay.
This is that one off of Main Street, right? This is on the east side of the street.
Yes,
That's the Redstone project.
it's the proposed Redstone project.
Yep.
Where's this one? Main Street.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's the same property.
Oh, okay.
It's the whole. But I have a feeling that- Yes.
Make sure you guys read that.
Yeah, I'm reading that right now. Andy's requesting that you guys be sure and read this page, the front page.
So this one is preliminary plan.
Did you see that?
Did you still?
I didn't score anything. Why
You
am I?
still have papers, yeah? Oh, it's right here.
Okay.
Do we have a, it says here that the owner said that they were not gonna let Travis represent them on this property. Has that changed?
Well, the owner actually asked.
Oh, to table this.
Requested
Yeah,
that this
we
be
can't
tabled.
carry home. Yes, I believe that has changed. And that has
It
been
must have since.
confirmed with the planning department manager as well.
Yeah,
He's the one that told me to take.
yeah,
Okay.
because he confirmed that.
Is the owner on this,
Kerry Holt,
Kerry Holt? Yeah.
Is he on where?
he's
Is
the
that
owner.
Kerry Holt.
Yes.
Okay.
Holt.
As far as,
sorry.
as far as I've been told, yes. I can't confirm or deny that.
Okay, so
because
this
I
one was, then, so this one,
Do what I
was-
told.
we're tabling this on request of the property. owner.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now let's just knock it out and call it tonight.
Okay. I make a motion. Are we ready for that?
Yep.
Andy, are we ready?
Andy, are you ready for that? Okay.
I make a motion that we table item number 17 by request of the property owner, discussion and possible action for preliminary plat application, Redstone for AB 1345, 1327, 1326, 1346, 1348A. So the applicant is 2000 Main Travis Home.
Don't forget to put 1345 in there.
And 1345.
I'd also
And
like-
we're tabling it to the regular meeting in April.
Right, this one was also recommended denial on 1/2022 by the
Okay,
planning commission. Have a second.
Second.
Andy?
Nay.
Aye.
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 That's 3 yeses and 1 nay. Okay, do we have any reports, recommendations, or announcements?
Do you have anything? Easter egg lady?
We can,
Well, it's gonna be April 16th at 11 a.m. Robin, will be able to get those items?
I will. I just got back to in town last night.
Okay, and then one day next week, I'm gonna come in to check to make sure where all the equipment is and to see if the outfit is there. I don't think it is, because I think it belongs to somebody else, so. That's it.
Okay.
oh, okay, all right. I say we open up for a few minutes for public comment.
We don't have any more announcements, right? For this meeting?
I don't believe so.
Okay,
Don't forget the CPR class on the 27th.
Yeah, we already. talked about
26
that.
CPR class. What time is it?
10 a.m.
10 a.m. here
Yes.
in the fire bay.
I just want to
Please
say
confirm the
thank
time
you
outside.
to all of you.
I believe
Thank
it's
you
10 a.m.
Yeah,
for dotting the i's and crossing the t's and making sure that you're looking out for the residents.
We're here to make a positive,
Thank you.
positive input in our community.
Yes, we see it and appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
I do. Very good.
So did we open up for public comments?
Yes, we did.
Okay,
Okay, Debbie Cop, Grand Road. I just want to put in everybody's head when you do the vacation races and all that stuff, we're getting that $500 fee, but certificate, you can look up online, they're paying anywhere from $150 to $350 a person to put in these races.
Okay.
Not counting what they get is from all the stuff that they sell there, and we get nothing.
Okay.
That's what we'd like.
Jen has made note of that.
Yeah, we will address
Thank you.
that.
Apple Valley t-shirts.
Yeah.
We need to get a keg around here.
I know, right?
But you need drunk rum.
Anything else?
Any other comments?
Any other comments?
I make a motion, we close public comments. Do I have a second? Andy?
Aye.
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 Closed session? Do we need a closed session? This meeting's adjourned.
What?
I like it.
Let's make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, somebody give me a motion.
Aye.
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 Okay, we're done.
Thank you, guys.
Yay.